You know what? Y'all wait till I come back. Don't start. Don't start. Whoever it is, it ain't for you. Leave them alone. That's probably the people next door. Oh, who is here? Who is that? I don't have my glasses on. Okay, I don't like that y'all can see my whole body. Let me see how am I gonna do this. I need to put y'all up a little bit higher. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Cause you don't need to see all this part down here. Mama working on her weight, okay? And I don't need y'all to be like, oh, she getting fat. But I'm not. I'm not getting fat, y'all. I ain't gaining weight. Let's see. I ain't gaining no weight. I didn't feel like setting up the. Let's see, how do I turn the volume down on this one? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, hey, Lady Heather. Hey, KK. Hey, Moth Mama. All of my regulars. And I'm glad it's y'all. Because I have a few things that I do want to talk about. Why is the screen so dark? I didn't feel like setting up the computer. So I'm doing all this on my phone. Hold on, y'all. Oh, okay. I probably just need to change the settings. So I'm doing this on my phone. You probably like, well, you couldn't put your lotion on before you. Yeah, I probably could have, but all of a sudden I just feel ashy and I don't want my elbows to be like, ooh, do she own any lotion? Yeah, I do. Ooh, I think I used too much. Lord, let's put some on these little ashy legs. A little bit too much. Okay, so I want to tell you guys this. I am feeling the call to get initiated again. And I have felt like this wasn't, I wasn't gonna get this. Put some of this on my face. I really have felt like at one point that I wasn't going to get this call again. Or, I was really happy um where I was. Okay, this still seems like too much. Oh God, dog, this stuff crazy. I thought I was really happy where I was, but I'm not. Not that I'm not happy, but I just feel like it's time for me to, you know, move up a level. I feel like I'm kind of stagnant where I am, and I am really ready to have God kids. Like, I really want to have God kids. And I really want to do it right. Like, I don't want to just have God kids just to be like, oh yeah, I have, God kids. Like, I legit want to, do it correctly. I want to do it right. I want to be able to teach my God kids properly. Like, I don't, and I really want to be able to give the time to my God kids that I know that they deserve. Like, I feel like I've been in an Orisha house, and I know what it feels like to not get the attention from your godmother that you really feel like you deserved. And I know that I'm not going to want to treat someone the way that I was treated. Plus, I see now that it's people out here that's doing stuff that they really shouldn't be doing, but they doing it anyway. And who gonna check you? It's not like, I'm pretty sure there are some people, because I did see a video from a Orisha priestess recently, and she was basically telling people to be careful, especially here in the Bay Area. There are a lot of people who are doing things that they really should not be doing, and telling people, misrepresenting themselves. And I myself was misrepresented by someone that I thought was a priest, sis, a woman. Thank God I didn't give her, you know, a lot of money, but I did give her some money. And she gave me something that basically was not what she said it was. Thank God it was not anything bad, but it wasn't what she said it was supposed to be. She wasn't who she said she was to begin with. She said that she was a Ephi priestess, and she wasn't. I'm just gonna say priest, female, male, interchanged. She said that she was an Ephi priest. Come to find out, she was not. I didn't find out she was not for like 2 years. But something in me was, telling me that like something wasn't right with her. And, I had kind of like stopped dealing with her anyway. So that kind of, after that happened, it kind of turned me against people in this religion. Like, I got so upset after that. And it wasn't a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? It was only like, I think it was only like $250 or something like that. It wasn't, $250 is a lot of money if you don't have money. So don't let me say that, oh, I'm out here throwing $250 out in the street. It wasn't like that. But it wasn't, like $20,000, $10,000 how some people be out here really getting scammed. So she wasn't the person that I thought she was. And I should have known that when I got to her house. Now, ceremonies are performed at people's houses, so I can't say, I got to her house and it was crazy. She had the ceremony at her house, because my first initiation was done in my godmother's house. A lot of things are done in, houses, because there aren't a lot of Orisha church, like, we believe in church out here. So I went to her house for the ceremony, and I thought like the rest of her god kids were going to be there. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you for the super chat. I thought that the rest of her god kids were going to be there, because I had met. This is how I met her, through someone else who claimed that she had initiated them and they were a priest because of her. So, I was supposed to receive the hand of Ephi from this particular woman. And when I get to her house, like, there's no one there but her. So when you have an initiation, normally there's food, there's other people there, like, your god brothers and sisters. It's a whole, family type situation. But there was no one there but her and her child, who she said was a priest of Elegua. So I'm already side eyeing her, but I'm like, okay, well, I didn't already went out and bought the stuff. I had the clothes, everything. So she had all the herbs and everything ready. So we went through the initiation, where she bathed me and did the whole thing and presented me with the pot, and we ate, me, her, and my husband, because my husband was there. He wasn't in the room when I was getting initiated, but he was there. So, after everything was over, we ate. We had, a meal, and, I put on my new clothes, and she gave me my pot, and I went home. So, after I, went home with no directions how to take care of the pot and all this kind of stuff, I was talking to her, and she, basically was like, say this prayer in the morning when you get up and leave it alone. So I called one of my best friends, who, me and her are close. That was how I had got into my first orisha house. But that was Lukumi. Lukumi and Ifa are slightly different traditions. So I was telling her what had happened, and she was like, who house did you go to? And I was telling her, and she was like, okay, let me call you back, because I'm going to, make some phone calls and see who this person is. She called me back, and she was like, that ain't no priest. That girl ain't no priest. She on the same basic level that you're on. She got her elecas. She is calling herself a priest, but she has not been initiated. She has not been crowned yet herself. 2, 3 weeks later, she put up a GoFundMe. The lady that supposedly initiated me into EFI put up a GoFundMe to raise money so she could go to Africa to get initiated. So Spirit just showed me who this woman was. So you not a priest? So I asked her, after she put up that GoFundMe to go to Africa to get married, I said, so you not a priest? And she was like, no, not in Ephah. Then how did you give me the hand of Ephah? How did you initiate me? Oh, because I received it, so I was able to. No, that's not how this works. You misrepresented yourself. So then she stopped talking to me. But I never blasted her like on Facebook. I'm not that type of person. I never blasted her on Facebook. I will never, like blast her like that. I know that people out here are, everybody trying to get a hustle, but I just feel like certain things you shouldn't, like, you could have just told me from the gate, I'm not I'm not a priest. but I'm willing to share what knowledge I have with you. That's how I represent myself on YouTube. I have never told anybody that I was a priest. I have always told people I have, received my leques, I received them from someone that I know is legit. I just didn't like her attitude. When I was initiated into Lukumi, I was initiated into Lukumi the correct way. But when I was initiated into Ifa, it wasn't right. It was not right. So, this is where I am now. I am feeling that pull to get it done correctly. I got allergies. I'm feeling a pull to, you know, get my EFI initiation done correctly. Now, I have been watching this young lady on YouTube. I posted her on my community wall. I don't want to butcher her name, so I'm not going to try to tell you, you guys, what her name is. I'm going to talk to her, and then when I talk to her, get her name correctly, I will let you guys know. But if you look on my community wall, there is a video that she just posted recently. Very good video. I've been watching this young lady for 2 years, I think. And this is her second trip to Nigeria. I think she's going to Nigeria. The first time, I think she got made, and then recently she took her son, who I think is her only child, to Nigeria. I think they just got back Sunday, and he got made. So he is a priest now. And I guess she went into her second phase of initiation. So now she can have godchildren. And I am very much thinking that I would love for her to be my godmother. And, I would love for, us to be able to share this experience with everyone. Like, this young lady is younger than I am, but I just feel this sincerity, this she seems to have a lot of wisdom beyond her years. She seems to be extremely knowledgeable about the religion. She has been to Nigeria. From what I've seen on her video, she's been twice. Now, it could be, she could have been other times that she didn't post, but 2 times for sure she's been there. So, I'm really thinking about going through and doing it right this time. Not that the first time it wasn't right, but I feel like the second time it wasn't. So, um, yeah, I really do feel like Spirit is um, calling me to finish what I started. It's not just, calling me for something deeper, but I think it's calling me to finish. You know, Once you start with the orisha, once you finally realize who they are, because they've always, if it's your destiny, if Orisha, if Santeria or Lukumi or Ifa is your destiny, and you finally recognize is your destiny, and you come to them because they're so happy that you finally came. Like, they can't force you to come. You have to come on your own free will. And you finally come, and then things around you mess it up, and you turn your back. They are trying to draw you back to them. They can't force you back, but I believe they do things to draw you back because they want you to come home. This, I believe, started for me when I was a very young girl. When I was in elementary school, a was she a dance teacher? I think she was a dance teacher. Wanted to teach the girls African dance. And I was very young. I had to have been like 6 or 7 years old. And I remember them coming to our school, you know, we having an assembly and seeing them on the stage dancing and hearing the drums for the first time as a small child. And it just seemed like I went into some type of trance. I've never forgotten that experience. So the dance teacher ended up teaching us some dances, some African dances, and we had a performance. So we, came to, did they dress us up before? I can't remember if they dressed us, if we had like a rehearsal and they dressed us up before, but the evening of the performance, they dressed us with, they wrapped our hair, they put, little like African material ar- around our chests because we was little girls. We ain't had no, nothing up here. Tied the little African material around our chest. And, our little stomachs was out. They put the little material around our waist, and tied it and made like little skirts. They put like little bells and stuff around our ankles. We had like cowrie shell necklaces and bracelets. I mean, they did us up so pretty. And we got out there and they was playing the drums, and we got out there and did our little steps. And my mama, now I'm a little Baptist girl. My mama was Baptist, very Christian. When my mama saw that dance, she was not happy. She was not happy with how they had me dressed, tied with the little African material tied around, and because my mom, you not wearing no midriff and showing your belly, and then we getting out there and we, gyrating and stuff. And honey, Lucille was not happy, but me. It seemed like every ancestor I had jumped into my little body, and I felt so free and so connected. I was so happy, and until my mama was like, why you didn't tell me they was gonna put all that mess on you? Got you out here looking like a little floozy. That was the end of my African dance career. Because after that, some of the other little girls went on to continue, with the African dance at the community center. Not my mama. No, you're not gonna get out there and be doing that no more. And we was barefoot, and my mama was like, that was just too much for her to deal with. She just could not. She could not wrap her brain around her child out here with some material wrapped around her and dancing, and the drums was going, honey. So I believe, and when I had my first reading, it did come up that they have been waiting for me for such a long time. And I just, you know, it just took me so long after, after my Christian journey, it took me so long to come back to Orisha. And then to go through all of this with people and, feeling like I didn't want to be scammed, and, people were doing wrong, and, I just didn't want to deal with that. I decided to leave. But now I want to come back. I really want to come back and do things the correct way, you know, like really get into to the prayers. Like, I don't have a problem honoring my ancestors. I have always honored my ancestors. I have always loved my ancestors. My ancestors have always been number one to me. It has never been about, me being a child of Oshun, or me only wanting to represent Oshun, all that kind of stuff. That's never meant anything to me in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, it has always been me wanting to do things correctly, me wanting to do things decently and in order. If I'm a child of Oshun, that's great. If I'm a child of Oya, that's great. If I'm a child of Elegua, that's great. Obatala, whatever Orisha claims me, in the grand scheme of things, I'm going to love them as much as I have loved Oshun for almost 20 something years. Of course, my channel is Omo Oshun, but if I get a reading and they say, oh, okay, well, your time with Oshun is over, you're now a child of Obatala or Shango or whatever, I'm going to change my channel name to that, because that's who I'm going to be. That's what you have to do. You can't get yourself so caught up in, one orisha, because that's not how this, the whole system works. Like, y'all can't imagine all of the messages that I have received, and a lot of them I ignore. If you message me and the first thing in your message is, I want to be Oshun like Beyonce, I'll ignore you. I won't even talk to you, period. Because I know that you're not, this not for you. You're trying to do something that you see a celebrity doing. Like, you're not really doing it because you want to understand the religion. You just want to be Oshun because you think Beyonce is Oshun. All those type of messages I ignore because I don't have time for that. If that's your whole thing, then find Beyonce. Find her and let her initiate you. See how far you get with that. I ignore all of those type of messages, and I get a lot of them, but I don't want to deal. I'm not going to deal with that because I know you're not real. Now, if you just ask me a question, how can I find more resources about Oshun or something like that, then yeah, I will let you know that There are other videos on my channel about Oshun. There are videos about books that I've talked about in the past about the Orishas. Read some of those books because there's so much information, out here about the Orisha. You just have to read. Even when I do get God kids, I'm not going to sit up and spoon feed no adults. I'm not going to do that either. You going to read. If you want me to be your godmother, you going to read. You're going to study. I'm not going to spoon feed you. I'm not going to coddle you. I'm going to love you, but you're going to have to read. You're going to have to study if this is what you really want. You know why? Because it's what I had to do. I had to read. I had to study. I had to put in time with my ancestors. I really believe that is one of the reasons why I have such a interesting, even though I don't have like all of the ins and outs and understanding about the Orisha and, all the prayers and all this and all that, but I have a deep connection to my ancestors. And if you don't have that, that is the foundation for African spirituality. It is your ancestors, not the Orisha. Yeah, you're going to be close to the Orisha, but if you don't have a connection to your ancestors, the Orisha going to turn you back around and send you in that direction. They're not going to give you no secrets until you work out your issues with them. How you gonna step over your ancestors to try to get to the Orisha? It don't work like that. You got to start at the beginning. In the beginning is where you come from, and where you come from is your ancestors. You got to start there. And I think that's one of the reasons why my connection is so strong, because I have such a deep connection to my ancestors. And both my parents have transitioned. My mother, my biological mother and father, my adoptive mother and father, both of my grandparents on my mom's side and my dad's side are all gone. My ancestors is deep. Do you hear me? Deep. And I have a sister that is 2 years younger than myself, who only lived to see two. Was she two? She wasn't two. She wasn't two when she passed. I was two. She was she was a couple of months. I don't even think she was a year old yet. I was two when she passed. So my ancestors is deep, deep. And I honored them even when I got mad. Because there was a point when I got mad at Oshun. Like, I was so mad at her. I had packed up all my Oshuns. I'm not doing this no more. I packed up all of my Oshun stuff in a box and put it away. But I kept my ancestor altar. I kept them. I fed them. I did my water. I gave them coffee. I kept my pictures up. On their birthdays, it was always something special. And I think that's why, even when I went back and apologized to Oshun for packing up. Now, I ain't throw it away, but I packed it up in a box and was like, I'm tired of her. She don't never do what I want. Childish. She don't never do what I want her to do. And there was a lot of stuff going on in my life at the like my I have been through periods of time where my life was a mess. Do you hear me? Just a wreck. My kids would be all over the place. My love life was crazy. And who do you blame? I blame those shoes. Like, you the goddess of love, and I can't even have a husband. This was before I got married. So, yeah, I was all over the place. I really was. But I never disrespected my ancestors. Never. I've always had a connection to my ancestors. Even before my mom passed away, I had like my dad and my sister and my grandparents on my ancestor altar. And so my biological mother passed first. So I put her up there, and then my mom that raised me passed. And I just felt like after she passed, because she was the last one to go, she passed in 2011. It just seemed like after she passed, everything was complete. You know, the my connection to my ancestors became even stronger. And it seemed like after my mother passed in 2011, a lot of the weird stuff that I had been holding on to, a lot of the anger and stuff that I had, it seemed like she was able to calm that down. You know, my head became a lot cooler when my mother was on the ancestor table. You know, I went there more often. I sat with, my ancestors more often. That's one of the reasons why it's time for us to, if we're not going to find a house, we just need to get an apartment. Because since I've been here, I don't um, have my ancestor altar set up. And I just feel all over the place. Just, you know, I just at times feel lost because I don't have it. And the weird thing is, we're so much closer now to where my parents are buried. Well, we almost passed the cemetery um, at least once a week. And I think that makes me feel better because I'm closer to where they are than where we used to be. Like I, would rarely um, pass the cemetery where they are, but now we pass there at least once a week because it's not too far from where we live. I don't like, going to the cemetery that often. Um, when my mother, before my mother passed, she was like, "Don't come out here because I'm not here." It don't make no sense to stress yourself out, run into the cemetery and stuff because my mother knew how close we were, and she knew when she passed how much it was going to hurt me. But I do miss um, not having their pictures up and not having my altar set up like I used to. So I do, want us to move and get settled so I can put things, back the way they used to be. And then in that, when we do move and get settled, I do want to, go back to moving towards initiation again. So I think it's going to be a interesting journey for all of us to um, to watch. For you guys to see what it's like firsthand. And that was kind of one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, so I'm not about to really grow my hair all the way out, because if I do this gonna have to go anyway. So I'm not really planning on letting it grow too much past this year. I'm not gonna let it grow, and my hair is really, really growing. Like, I don't even have it combed all the way out. Like, you can tell it's curly. It's growing so fast. Like, I really didn't think my hair was gonna do all this, and it's a lot thicker than what I thought that it was going to be. Like, the dreads were pulling and causing my hair to thin. It was definitely those dreads, because as soon as I cut it, my hair is super thick. But I'm not going to let it grow too much past this, because I don't, want my hair to grow long. And then I form this weird attachment to it. And then here we go, having to be bald, because that is one of the um, things that you do have to go through. I see somebody said, am I going to talk about Ochosi? If I'm not mistaken, there's already a video on my channel about Ochosi. There is a playlist. If you look through the playlist, there are a lot of I think I went through all of the major um, orisha in that um, playlist. So if you want to, I'm pretty sure Chelsea um, is in there. What products do I use for my hair? Nothing major. Just like the curling cream, some type of. I be trying to use everything that says is to help your curls. My curls are little. They like little tiny, coily curls. And Blue Magic. That's and that Jamaican black castor oil. I use that sometimes too. That the one with the tea tree oil in it. So, did anybody have any questions? If you want to email me, I think uh, Kay put my email address. Hey, Tina. Um, I think Kay put my email address in the chat. Hopefully, I will be able to mail out the. I don't feel like getting up. The bracelets. Um, some of them are ready, but they are only ready for. Right now, they're only for um channel members. Where's Gizmo? Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me get one to show it to y'all. I'm out here looking for you. I thought you had to run away. Don't jump in my seat. Don't get in my seat. Because I know you. Move. Move, Poochie. fail. Okay, so right now these are only available for um my channel. Gizmo, stop. For my channel members only. They are finished. I just need to weave the tails in. Let me see. One of these is mine because it's got a B. So we are all going to have the same bracelet. Mine has a B on it for Oshun. So this one is mine. And these are the ones for the channel members. Some of them have alternating yellow and gold. And some of them have 5 yellow, 5 gold. And some of them are just alternating. So these are going to go out to the channel members. They are finished. Everybody that sent me their mailing address, I did get the mailers, the little envelopes to mail them out. The only thing I have to get is my business card and stuff to make sure that you guys have a card in there with these. So far they're only going out to channel members. If you're a channel member, no matter which tier membership you have, as long as you're a member of the channel, you will receive one if you have sent me your address. So hopefully they will go in the mail this week. I know that I promised Tina something special. So I got to get a bigger envelope for her stuff. But everybody else will get a bracelet. So we all, as the House of Black Hearts, will have something that, connects us all together. Something that is special to me. And even if it comes down to the fact that, I'm no longer a child of Oshun, it's still going to be special, because Oshun is always going to resonate with me, period. Just because I'm not crowned, if it comes to the point that I'm not crowned Oshun, Oshun will still be special to me, always. So that's what we're going to do now. I don't know why this thing is so dark. I need to change the light on here. Yeah, I'm not using any growth oil or anything on my hair. I'm just washing it and making sure that it stays moisturized because my hair is super dry. Super duper dry. Okay? So I'm just washing it, conditioning it, and using a moisturizer to try to keep it from being dry. Because, child, when I comb through this, I think because my coils are so small and tightly curled, combing through it like I'm tender headed. I thought that whole tender headed thing, after I cut my locks off, I realized how tender headed I was, and I thought, oh, okay, well, this will go away after a while, but no, it ain't went away. I'm super tender headed. So, in order for it not to hurt, when I brush my hair or comb through my hair, I have to make sure that it's staying super moisturized. So I mean, but that's important anyway. Any for any black hair, for our hair to stay moisturized, because if it's not moisturized, it will break, and it is going to hurt when you comb or um brush through it. Paris say, "Hey, haven't been here in a year." Well, we still here. Well, actually, I just got back. When the end of last month. It's been a minute, y'all. It has definitely been um, a minute, and I have to. Hi, man, and his dog. I have to kind of get back into the routine of being live again myself, because I have not been um, doing this. So I think we're going to go back into this book coming soon. We're going to start at the beginning, because see, the last time I think I kind of like skipped over and talked about just um, a lot of the orisha, but I want to see if this book like really goes into, yeah. Okay, so the orisha tradition, so talks about um where the religion starts, um and all of that kind of stuff. So we're gonna go into that part of it, because if you just want to learn about the orisha themselves, there are already teachings about the orisha, elegua, oshun, oya, obatala, there Shango, Yemiya, they're already, those teachings are already on my channel. But I don't think I really went into like the origin of the religion, like where it starts, where it started in Africa. Are people in Africa still practicing this religion? If you get made, who will more than likely be your godparents? Will you have a connection to Nigeria, to the origin of the religion? Will you have a connection there? Because that's one thing about the religion. You have to have some type of connection back to the source. Somebody is connected to somebody, is connected to somebody, is connected to somebody that's more than likely in Nigeria or some part of Africa or Cuba or somewhere, because we know that this religion did not start here in the US. So you're going to have a lineage. Someone is more than likely going to either be from Africa or from Cuba. So this book kind of tells how that lineage begins, how it started, how it made it here, how we got here, how did we get from Africa to the US, and how did we lose that connection to African spirituality. We never lost our real connection. That's inside of us. It's just dormant. It's still there. You don't lose that. It's just sleep. And sometimes we just kind of need a little nudge to wake it up. And we get nudges every day, but we just, we ignore them, or we call them coincidence, or we think it's something weird when it's actually spirit trying its best to wake us up. When we run into people and they say certain things to us, or we see somebody and they're dressed in red and black, just out of the clear blue, you see somebody dressed in red and black, you be like, was that like what? Or you just walking down the street and you see a beautiful woman with a yellow sundress on. You get little nudges. You just have to start to understand those little nudges. Or you see some young people pouring out a little liquor for one of their dead homies. Where they get that from? Those are those little nudges. Why do you think that they leave alcohol or bottles at a site where someone was killed? Why do you think that they set up these, you know, when someone is killed, why do you think they bring all of this stuff, all of the, balloons and candles and alcohol and all of that? What is that? It's an altar. You are honoring the person that has passed away. It's an altar. That's not Christian. Where do we get these things from? They are deeply rooted in us. But sometimes we just need to be kind of, shaken up so we can remember these things and acknowledge them. So we're going to start with this, and we're going to start at the beginning. Okay? I do too. I love to see, people making altars and going out at night and lighting those candles, and because you are honoring that person, you are lifting them up, you are telling that person that you will never be forgotten. We will call your name. You won't be forgotten. That person has moved on to become an ancestor, and you make the ancestors happy by not forgetting them. So yeah, those things are, every time I see them, it makes me happy. I think human spirituality is the essence of all religious beliefs. Santeria the Religion. Very good book. And if you guys want to follow along with me, order this book off of Amazon. I can't see how much it was. I think I bought it from a bookstore, and my price my price is not here. I haven't seen this particular book at Barnes and Nobles, but I'm pretty sure you can get it off of Amazon. Santeria the Religion. And I can't pronounce his name. I put it in the I put it on my community uh, wall. But this is one of the books that I've always used on this channel. When I do my teachings about the orisha, this is one of the books that I always use. So if you want to follow along with the teachings, get this book. I'm pretty sure they have it on Amazon. Oh, Moss Mama says she got it. Yeah, I've always told you guys that that was one of the books that um I like to use. I and when whatever book that I am using, I always make sure I tell you guys so you can follow along and read it for yourself. I don't want you to just take everything that I say for face value. Read it for yourself. You get the book and read it. Because if I'm your godmother, I'm going to make sure that you are reading it yourself. Because I'm going to be asking you. So that's what we gonna do for now. I'm going to go and relax for a while. Child, I done started my crochet journey again. Um, I'm making so y'all know like the 70s, the 60s and the 70s flower power and the bell bottoms and all this crochet stuff is coming back in. So I'm making a crochet top. It's gonna be a granny square, not halter, like a granny square tank top. After you make the square big enough to, you make one square for the front and one for the back, and then you just sew you some little straps and a side part and connect them together. And you got a little top, okay? And if you want to wear it to the beach, you could just put your bikini um, underneath there, or you can put like a little wife beater. I don't think we're supposed to say wife beater no more, huh? White tank top, or or baby blue tank top, or whatever, little thin tank top under there, and be cute. Okay, I want to be cute. So I'm working on that. And in between that, I'm working on the bracelets, and that's it for now. I'm gonna go drink me some water, and that's it. I love you guys so much. Like y'all just don't know. Like when I wasn't talking to y'all, I missed y'all so much. I was like, are they gonna come back when all of this is over? Are they gonna come back? Did I lose my people? My people ain't gonna come back to me, but y'all came back. Look at God. Y'all came back. Me and my husband have we twinsies. We both have this shirt. Y'all know I love me some Bob Marley. Even though, he had his little issues. He was, he loved him some women and he couldn't stay with just one. I still love him. So I missed y'all. I really, really did. Moth Mama, I know I wasn't gonna lose you because Moth Mama and Tina, y'all would be talking to me on Instagram. But I was sad because I couldn't go live no more. I was like, they did me dirty, y'all. They really did. But you know what? It is what it is. I did get a chance to um you know, spend a lot of time with myself and read and all of that kind of stuff. Which hexing jar? The tea? The tea one? I still do have my ocean honey jar. I still do have that. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to get our own platform, and that way we can't get kicked off, or somebody get mad at you because you said something that um they don't feel like you should have said or whatever. So yeah, we really do need on platform. Like y'all not gonna believe I just polished my nails yesterday and they already messed up. I hate when it happens. I really do. So I'm gonna go, y'all, and I'm not gonna say that we're going to do this every day because you know I don't know. If I'm busy, we ain't gonna do it. If I'm not busy, then we will do it. I'm going to try to, kind of like figure out a schedule. Maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday would be a good um, time to go live. And then in between there, I can just do like little regular recorded videos. We're going to think about that. I'm still trying to get my husband to, at least come on and do brown table talk with me where we talk about the relationship stuff. But when I do come live, I am going to start wearing my elekes again. I am going to talk about head covering for both women and men. It's not just head covering for women because men, your head is as important as women's head, and your head should be covered also. So I am going to be talking about that. But yeah, my leckes, I earned these. They mine. They real. So yeah, I am going to start wearing them again and showing them off because I earned these. You know, this real. I didn't order these off of Etsy or Amazon or whatever. So yeah, I am going to show them off because hey, I am somebody. I'm not just some random person that saw somebody else on the internet and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy them a leckage and I'm gonna want." No, this real. I'm real, okay? And so I'm gonna be out here showing you what it's really about. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you